Are you standing still enough to see, identify your destiny? Do you know what your destiny is? What's up, everybody? It's the Gambler, and today we walking and we talking about destiny. Can you identify your destiny? Do you know what your destiny is? Do you know what destiny means? Well, first of all, I wrote it down, so I'll make sure that I give you the proper definition of what destiny is. So let me read it here. Destiny, the events that will necessarily happen to a particular person or thing in the future. The hidden power believed to control what happens in the future. Fate. That's the definition of destiny. That's what we're talking about. Destiny. I think Martin, I think that was on a Martin show. I hear it and ring it in my head. Destiny. We're talking about destiny. Now, what got me to want to talk about destiny? I met a beautiful spirited man today. Took my car to get some running boards put on it, and they didn't have the right running board, so I ended up not getting that done. But anywho, the service guy, he wasn't the service guy that I made the appointment with, and I was like, you ain't the guy I made the appointment with. I don't know if I want to deal with you. But I said, okay. My guy had called in sick. I couldn't say nothing because I was under the weather myself. So, okay. I said, so I'm going to have to go and go with this guy. He seemed pretty nice anyway. So they didn't have the parts came in, and the parts didn't look like the picture. So of course I didn't want it. I was like, hey, that ain't what the pictures look like. Them ain't what I want on my car. No, we ain't supposed to do this. So I got a little irritated about that, but not irritated to the point of being rude. I wouldn't say irritated. That's not the word. I would say disappointed. Disappointed in the fact that, okay, I'm not going to get my running boards, which I was excited about getting. So, but anywho, the guy was really nice. And so also I had a couple little small rock pops on the car. And I don't know why that happened to me, but I found out today. I had a couple of small rock pops, popped the window of the car. Now this happens every time I get a new car. I don't know why. And so I had them to look at the little rock pops. They were real tiny and small. And they said, well, we could just fill them in. They're not going to be a problem. So if you want us to fill them in, we'll go ahead and fill them in. So I went ahead and let them fill them in. So as the guy, I'm checking out. And when I check out, I say to him, I don't know what it is. Every time I get a new car, I get a rock that pops my window. It doesn't break it. It just always be a little pop. I was like, dang, that's just, what kind of luck is that? And he said, it might be destiny. I said, destiny? What you mean? He said, well, if that's happening every time you get a new car, he said, let me ask you something. Them new cars that you have, and the whole time you have them cars, have you ever had any problem with them? Have you ever had any type of negative things happen with them? I said, no, I I haven't. I said, actually, every car I got, they've been pretty good to me. Actually. He said, well then, that rock popping your car window, this new car, that just might be destiny. That just might be confirming in you that this car gonna be just as good as those other cars. It's gonna treat you just as well as those other cars. So that rock popping that window could be the confirmation. And I was like, wow, uh, uh, that make a lot of sense. I was like, you just said a mouthful, and I received what you saying. Cause that's that makes sense. And I received that. It was like, yeah, that ain't nothing but some confirmation that that little rock pop telling you you got the right car and it's gonna treat you right. He said, now had you said to me this you had all kind of problems with them other cars or whatever, then I might have said a different answer. It might not have said that's what it was. But he said, yeah, that could be a good thing. That rock popping your window. It could be some confirmation. So that was a long story. Y'all know me. But I had to get the what drove this conversation out. So then that led me to talk to him a little bit more, a little longer. And we got into a conversation. And I said, what did I say? I'm trying to remember. I want to make sure I get it right. What did I say? Or what did he say? Oh, I said I told him I received what he said. And I said, you know what? You got a really beautiful spirit. And he said, thank you. Thank you. He said, I try. He said, but I've been going through things and been a little shaky. I've been going through some things and stuff. And I'm just trying to figure things out and trying to find myself and I'm really just trying to figure out what my destiny is. And I said, I said, that's a good question. I mean, that's a good thing to try to figure out. I said, let me give you my YouTube channel. I said, you watch YouTube? He said, yeah. Yeah, I don't have one, but I go out there and watch y'all. I said, I got a YouTube channel. It's a motivational, inspirational channel. And when you get a chance, go out there and watch it. And I might have a video or two that could help give you some guidance or some direction. I said, go check it out when you get a chance. And he said, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. He said, 'cause that's the biggest thing that I got right now is, trying to get some direction. And he said, I'm, I do fairly well. Um, I have a daughter. Um, I'm not going to put her age, uh, just in case anybody can figure out who this is that I'm talking about. I want to keep his identity confidential. But he have a young daughter, and he's not with the mother. But he was saying that, you know, one of the things that he try to concentrate is he want to make sure his daughter has an amazing life. And so he worked really hard to try to put aside and put things together and prepare things for her when she come of age that, her life can be easy. And he said, and even in doing that, even though I'm not with her mother, I take care and provide things and do things for her mother too, because her mother is raising my child and it affects my child. And I said, you a good man. I almost broke. I said, that's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man. Now that came off of waited to exhale when she said, that's a good man, Savannah. He a good man. That service man, he a good man. Now I'm telling y'all single women out there, I ain't telling you what dealership or what dealership to go to. But if you happen to see a handsome, he's a black man, a handsome black man with a big beard, bald head, and he your service man, and he talk with some sense, that's him. That's him. You better get that phone number, girl. Y'all better get that phone number. Because I'm telling you, that's a good man. So I admired him for saying he takes care of the mother because the mother provides care for his child. And in the long run, in the end, he wants his child to be okay. So, long story short, he said all the stuff that he do, and I'm not going to go into all the stuff that he said that he do. But when I tell you, he's been through hard times and he's been through good times. And he has a real good head on his shoulder with his finances and things and making preparations. So he got all that together. So to sum it up, I ended up getting his phone number. You know, it wasn't enough for me to know that he may go out to my channel and he may watch a video and he may leave a comment. I wanted to connect with him. I just felt a need to connect more with him. So he gave me his phone number. Yes, ladies, I got his number. I'm not giving you his number unless he tell me to give you his number. But I do have his phone number. I do got his number. Um, but I wanted to stay in touch with him mainly because I felt something in my spirit that I needed to stay in touch with him. I don't know what that is, but something in my spirit told me that I need to stay in touch with him. It needed to be more than just the YouTube, because I don't know if he'll go out there and watch the YouTube or not. But I needed to stay in touch with him, and I am going to reach out to him and send him a text um, and chat with him. But to go back to where this all was, let me bring it back in. What this talk was about: destiny. And just before I was getting ready to come out here, one of my best friends, one of the bestest of the best friends, my room dog from college, just when I'm getting ready to get up, she rung my phone and we had a good conversation. And she was telling me and congratulating me about my channel, that she had saw and heard that I got a channel and that she gonna go out there and support it and everything. And now y'all know that video dropped yesterday about friends and family who don't support your dreams. This is not one of them friends. She ain't in that category. She always been there. She ain't got to worry about this. And I know that it's probably people looking at that video and like, she ain't talking about me. I know she ain't talking about me. I've always support her. She cannot be talking about throwing the hands on the hip, y'all. Put the hands on the hip. I know she ain't talking about me. I didn't call. If y'all who saw the video, no, I didn't say no names. Now, if you running around here thinking I was talking about you, ask yourself. Ask yourself why you think I'm talking about you. Now, you should be thinking I'm talking about you. It could be only one reason why you think I'm talking about you. If you wanted them friends, if maybe you want them friends or you want them family members. But if you ain't one of them friends or family members, you know I wasn't talking about you. So, but anyway, she said something. Bring it back in, get back to the subject. The devil busy. He don't want me to talk about destiny. She said something, girl, I'm just out here and I'm just trying to, I'm proud of you. Well, she said, I'm proud of you. You just been somebody that whatever it is that you set your mind on that you want to do, no matter what it is, you gonna do it. You gonna do it. I said, thank you, girl. She said, and I support you and I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I said, thank you. I said, that means the world to me. She said, I'm trying to find my 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 destiny. What it is that I need to do. And I said, girl, you the second confirmation that I gotta do this video today. And she said, why? What's going on? I said, because one, I was feeling under the weather. So I wasn't gonna do a video at all today. But then when I talked to the guy, I was like, I gotta do this video. And it's gotta be on destiny. And I said, you were the confirmation. I said, because out of our whole conversation, you ended this conversation with, I gotta figure out what's my destiny. And that's how I know this conversation is about destiny. Now, so those are the two confirmations. And I'm telling you how the devil kept me from not wanting to do it. And how God kept giving me the confirmations to do it. And to do it with urgency. That's what's so strange about it. This is another I'm going to drop off. Well, here we go. I'm going to try to make this quick. One of my weaknesses is I'm a procrastinator. I work on that. I try to work on that. I'm a terrible procrastinator. Some people you can't tell. The only one that can tell is really me and who I affect when I'm procrastinating. Most of the case, that's Sean. She the one that experienced it. But anywho, so I know I'm a procrastinator. So I try to do this with urgency. And even though my side right now is killing me, I'm going to do this video on destiny. So now let me go ahead and get on to destiny and stop all the intros and giving you the foundation. I think you got enough foundation about what we're gonna talk about. Destiny. Do you see can you identify your destiny? And how can you identify your destiny? Well, what happens is something in your life have pretty much told you what your destiny is. You either did two things. You embraced it or you ignored it. Now, you probably ignored it because one, it might have seemed too big for you, or it might have seemed like there's no way I'm gonna achieve that, or two or three, I don't want to do that. I ain't no money with that. I don't want to do that. Sometimes with destiny, it could be something we don't want to do. It's like, I don't want to do that. Ain't no money with that. Because we are very driven by money. Money motivates everything, honey. It really does. It's sad. It shouldn't, but it does. But you can find yourself not listening to what your destiny is because you don't feel the rewards are suffice enough for you. But a lot of times you know what your destiny is. You feel it. You feel it in your heart. You feel it in your spirit. Or this little voice may have told you This is what you should be doing. But you don't want to do it because it's hard. You know, a good story that, and I don't know this to be true, but I would say I'll just look at Tyler Perry when he said he was homeless in the cars and trying to figure out what he was doing. He knew all along what his destiny was, but he didn't know how he was going to accomplish it. I imagine, and this is all me imagining, speculation. I wasn't in his life. I don't know. I just know for something he may have said on the news or what have you. So I'm just making um, an assumption and assuming that he knew what his destiny was. And no matter what it looked like to him on the surface, he was going to keep pursuing that and living out his destiny. And his destiny, I don't have to tell y'all. Everybody that watch this video know Tyler Perry. I ain't even got to say nothing else more. I can almost say with certainty, this man followed his destiny. And look how it turned out for him. I don't know what your destiny is, but it's something in your spirit, in your gut, that's telling you what your destiny is. Sometimes following your destiny, it can come with prices that sometimes you don't want to pay, or sometimes prices that you can't afford to pay. Those are some reasons why some people don't follow their destiny. Because I can tell you with a shadow of doubt, Dr. King, Dr. Martin Luther King, he knew what his destiny was. And he wasn't going to let anything stop him from following his destiny. And he was happy to follow his destiny. His destiny wasn't money and fame. His destiny was love, forgiveness, unity, care, non-violence. He knew what his destiny was, and he knew the price. But he was willing to follow his destiny and to live out his destiny. So I say this to you guys, that stand still in a place in quietness. I tell you a good place to do with it. Okay, here go your list. Stand still, go into your closet. Hold on one second, here come a dog. I ain't never did this, so I don't know if this will work. But this is one way I'm gonna tell you, try to see if you can figure out your destiny. Now I want y'all, if y'all able to figure it out, if it works for you, I want you to come back at the bottom of this video and drop a comment if you do this. If you do this, I want you to leave a comment. And in that comment, I want you to say whether you did it, and if you did it, if you got your answer to what your destiny was, or if you still left out of it and did not get the answer to your to find out what your destiny is. So this is what I want you to do. Try to exercise, try to find your destiny. I want you to go in your closet. And you know, most closets don't have windows. They ain't got nothing in there but a lot of clothes. And hopefully if you clean, they clean clothes. So and hopefully if you not clean and you got a lot of socks and those dirty tennis shoes and stuff like that, it might be too rough to stand up in that closet. It might be just, you might pass out. I don't know how y'all keep y'all closet. So the precaution is, if you got a clean, smelling, decent closet, then go in your closet. But if you don't, if you got some old fucking tennis shoes in there, some dirty socks and some drawers, dirty drawers, don't go in your closet. Don't do it. Uh-uh. Don't do it. Don't do that. Just scratch it. You don't do the exercise. This exercise ain't for you. This exercise for people with clean closets. So, go in your closet, turn off the light, close the door. Don't tell nobody you're in the closet. Close the door and turn off the lights. And in that quiet, you just say out loud, what is my destiny? And you stand there and wait. Now, I ain't tell you who you asking it, because I don't know who you asking it. I don't know you like that. I don't know. I know who I would be asking. I don't know. But you just ask. But I'm a change that. I'm gonna say ask of God, because in that same breath, some just told me, well, if you let them just ask anybody, you can rest assured that the devil gonna take an opportunity to answer them too. So keep in mind that the devil could be in that closet with you. So we're gonna say you asking God. If you don't have a God, ask whoever you get your positive guidance from. You ask them. Those are the two you gonna ask. But just don't randomly ask nobody, because the devil probably right there listening, and he ready to jack you up. And there ain't no ifs, ands, or somebody. He ready to trip you up. So he gonna give you some, and you gonna go out there and do it and say, yeah, well, I stood up in the closet. The gambler told me stand in the closet. I got that, and now I'm in jail. No, I called it. I told y'all I'm slicker than the devil. He don't like me because he know I'm slicker than him. I'm quick on my feet, very quick on my feet. So you know who you gotta ask. I told you two people to ask. Ask, what is my destiny? And if you can stand, you stand. If you can't stand, sit down. But stay in that darkness and stay in that quiet place and just wait. Something in your spirit, your mind is going to start thinking. Your mind is going to start processing things. It may even remember things, all types of things. It may even make you think about the future, where you see yourself in the future. Where do you see yourself in the future? Whatever you start to think about and you start to feel strongly about, that's something about your destiny that's starting to take form. That picture is starting to take form. And through that exercise, and you do it long enough, I would say long enough till you get an answer, or long enough till you can stand it. If it's too hot in there or whatever and all this kind of stuff, you gotta come on out here. You ain't got no answer. You don't know what your destiny is. Well, child, that ain't work for you. Just come on up out of class. That exercise ain't for you. It's for somebody else. So don't even worry about it. We gotta work a little bit hard on you and find you another way to find your destiny. But that's one way you might find your destiny. And do that. But hold on a minute ago. That's a loud car. I mean, that car was real loud. But through it all, try to figure out what your destiny is and try to live it and walk it out. Now, the other day, I did it on your dreams. To me, Dreams and destinies are two different things. To me, they're just two different things. I'm not gonna go into dreams because I went into dreams yesterday, but I happen to feel that a destiny is different than a dream. It could be they can end up being the same thing. I'm not saying the results they could be the same thing, but I just think a destiny is what you were meant to do. A dream might be something you dreamed up, or a dream can be something that you were meant to do. So they could be interchangeable or different things. In most cases, I'm just thinking they might be different things. But I don't know. I don't proclaim to know everything. So your destiny and your dream might be the same thing, or your destiny and your dream might be two different things. Whatever it is, you want both of them. You want to be doing both of them. You want to be pursuing both of them. You want to be walking out and walking through and walking to both of them. It's a sense of freedom to know what you're destined to do, and you're at least trying to do it. It's sort of like a weight off your shoulder, and it's such a good feeling. Now, I'm going to be transparent here, and I'm going to share something. And I don't know if y'all ready to share it. I felt like y'all might need to be 20, 40, 50 videos deep in before I share it. But I think it's worth sharing it because I'm letting y'all know I'm walking out my destiny. I'm walking my destiny. Not only am I walking my dream, I'm walking my destiny. Now, the destiny, God gave me my destiny maybe, I want to say almost 20, 25 years ago. He gave me my destiny and what my destiny was. And he said, Tony, this is what I want you to do. And this is what you're going to be. You are going to be a teacher. And I was like, I don't want to be no teacher. No teacher make no money. Everybody know no teacher make no money. I don't want to teach nothing. And teacher, you got to stand up in front of people, be in front of people. I don't like being in front of people. What if I mispronounce the words? I, and I was young, and I got this when I was real little. And I was like, well, I ain't that cute. They're going to be laughing at me. Gonna be talking, I'll be ugly and everything. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do that one, God. I ain't gonna be able to do it. You gotta go back in that bag and get something else for me because teacher ain't one of them. No, no, no. Don't nobody want to be no teacher. That's how I felt about it. Then over through the years, as I got older, I had a huge traumatic life experience that I'm gonna do a talk on that made that subject come back up again about a teacher. And when it came back up that next time, it said to me, and I know it was him that said it to me, in order to be a great teacher, you have to be experienced. So you have to experience things. You can't teach about something that you don't have experience on. I was like, So you go try to tell me to be a teacher again. I ain't gonna be able to help you, God. Child, who ain't gonna be able to help you? I don't want to be no teacher. And then he laid it on me on this one. He said, nobody out of the gifts And y'all don't hear me talk about the Bible a lot. I don't talk about the Bible a lot. In videos, I would tell you the reason I don't talk about the Bible a lot. That's a talk. The Bible, that's a talk for another day. But I'm going to reference this one here. He said to me at that same time, when it came back to me again, I'm an older adult now, that you're going to be a teacher. He said to me, you know, I have apostles, I have evangelists, I have pastors and preachers, the gifts of preachers. He said, and they always embrace those because a lot of times, most times than not, fame and fortune comes with those. But he said, the one gift that I give, nobody ever wants. You don't hear nobody out there bragging that they a teacher. Except, and I'm not talking about educational. Educational teachers in the school systems, that's a whole different type of teacher. I'm so proud of the teachers and the educational educators. I'm not saying that. I'm talking on another spiritual level of teaching. Um, that's another brand. So don't get it twisted. And then you'll have people out there trying to twist it. Don't get in my comments talking about teachers are terrible. That is not what I'm saying. I'm talking about a whole different type of teacher. So he said to me, hold on, I gotta pick this back up. Hold on. The dog coming. So he said to me, you know, nobody wants to be a teacher because it doesn't necessarily come with fame and fortune and all of those good things. You just basically helping someone, and that's going to be your reward. Now, fast forward almost 50 years later, I finally got what he said, and I'm walking my destiny. In these videos, finally got to these videos on YouTube, and I'm teaching my destiny. Teaching. I'm living out my destiny. So sometimes what I'm trying to say is that sometimes when you're living out the destiny, you never know when it's happening, when it's forming, when it's coming together. And when you fist to live that destiny, we live out that destiny. You may not know. You might not know until after it happens. So some cases, you may not get to know what's your destiny. But one thing you can definitely know for sure, give good energy, live good energy, love, 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 love. Stay positive, do positive things. And guess what? You may look up and you are living out your destiny. That's it. That's what it is. Walk in positive energy, walk in love, care about others, live in peace. And you may find yourself walking out and living your destiny. You wake up and see you living your destiny. That's the message. I can't make it any clearer. That's it. That's how you know. I gave you one way that you can search and try to find it. Listen to your inner spirit, inner self. Just try to find it. In some ways, if you don't find it, just live your life right in a healthy way, and you'll find it'll come to you. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I'm teaching, and I want to say over almost 50 years, because I probably knew it for. I won't put it past you. I probably, if I had to make a bet, because you know I'm a gambler, if I had to make a bet, I will make a bet that I probably knew my destiny at full. I ain't understand it, but I probably knew it. In my gut, I probably knew it. So I'm going to say to you guys, if you got value from this video, if you did get value from this video, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, share this video. I need it. I appreciate it. And I love each and every one of you. And I'm going to see you all on the other side of another video. Love you.